Hey guys, this is Ryder with Laughing Squid Aquatics and Ryder's Aquarium. I wanted to do a follow-up video for you guys with that Hydor canister filter that we installed, and wanted to take a couple days just to make sure that there was no bumps or anything else that would cause an inaccurate review. I wanted to make sure everything was working great before I got back to you guys. And I have to say, I'm really, really impressed with the Hydor 350. The killer part of the whole thing is it ended up taking more than several hours when I was switching out the canister filter because that sun was cracked straight down the return. And when we went to get it out, that crack apparently had created some side pressure with the tubing, and the tubing would not unlock from where it was at. So I ended up having to cut it with a knife, but it was spraying water everywhere. I had to get towels. It was a disaster, but it could have been a lot worse. But then once we got that cleaned up and switched out, putting in the Hydor was bing, bang, boom. It was just done. It's really, really idiot-proof when you go to install it. It's mostly just all solid pieces. It has the on-off switch for the valves on the tubing. So it's wonderful to install and it's wonderful to use because it's really easy. Not only that, it performs exceptionally well. I've been monitoring it the last couple days, and the gallons per hour on the Sun was absolute garbage. It wasn't anywhere near what was advertised on the box. I'm talking like 60% less than the numbers they had on the box for the Sun. For the Hydor, I'm getting the full gallons per hour that are advertised on it. And I'm using the 350 because it's between recommended for 80 to 100 gallons on the aquarium. I like to do like 1.5 times or double what my tank needs for filtration. Just that way, in case I have a project that pops up and I need to put in some extra fish or have some babies spawning, or anything like that, I have room for it, and I don't have to worry about filtration becoming an issue. What I really like is that it's got 4 trays of media going all the way down. I did end up using some of their new, that big bag I showed you of the new ceramic rings they gave me. I did end up using I think half of those, but they worked great. I had cloudiness from water coming back out of the return as we were taking the tubing out, and this whole thing was just completely clouded. And within 15 hours, it had the whole tank done, crystal clear. You can see the flow. Hopefully, you can see the flow, and just how much it's pressing on the plants around it. It has a solid flow coming out of there. I kept my, I have a Jardley custom stainless steel intake that I use. And it's got the intake on the bottom, and then on the top it has an integrated skimmer. So I use that in combination with it. So I didn't have to use their intake that they gave me in the box. I have that set aside. But I also have a custom return over there, which is mostly just a duckbills. Again, I have a stainless steel on it as well. And then I have the tubing that goes through the back of the tank, comes down, goes right into the Hydor, and it's flawless. It's completely silent. Started right up. You just press the top button to prime it a couple times, and away it went. And the force that came out of that thing, when I first installed it, I was shocked. And then I was even more shocked when it cleaned everything up. So honestly, I have nothing but good things to say about the Hydor. If I were to give it a rating, it is definitely 5 out of 5 stars so far. While that Sun canister filter, I only had that in for less than a year, and it was just falling apart. It never worked well. It was hard to prime. The media on the trays would get discombobulated, and it wouldn't work. So it was just a nightmare. If I rated the Sun, I would give it 0 out of 5 stars or 1 out of 5. It's really bad. And then the fact that it's so dainty that when my wife went to go clean it to take out the tubing, it just cracked. Just all of a sudden just cracked. And she's not a big, burly, strong man that's down there working at it. She barely lifted it out, and it snapped. Not only cracked it once down the center, but it cracked both the return pipes that come out of it. So the whole thing is just cheaply made. I don't recommend getting them. That's why they don't cost very much, is because the quality's bad. But with, but with the Hydor, it's very sturdy made, very well made. All of it's in singular pieces. So hopefully this time my wife won't break it. Anyway, with the Hydor 350, reason I chose it is because I've been using Hydor products for a really long time, and specifically I've been using their wave makers. The Hydor wave makers are very, very well built compared to a lot of other cheaper wave makers that are on the market. Most saltwater tanks that you go into a fish store and look at will have a Hydor wave maker in the saltwater. I know Aqueon and a couple other ones make some of the wave makers. I have tried the Aqueon, and it just is not as good. It has large openings in it. Sometimes it's just it doesn't seem right compared to the quality of the Hydor. I really have nothing but good things to say about it. It was the easiest canister installation I've ever done. It feels the most sturdy and strong in my hands. Not even the trays can go in a different way. They have a special groove in the front where the trays can only go in one way. The tubing can only go in one way. And then if you do have a problem that comes up, you have the on-off switch on the valve. So, you're really covered at any point in time. And the only other canister filter I've had experience with that was kind of on the same level of Hydor quality is an Eheim, which those are also pretty good. But anything else, you're going to see a Sun on there when you're looking for a canister filter, and you're going to go, wow, that's so cheap for such a big canister filter. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It was terrible when I had it. Absolutely terrible. And with the flow of the water that's coming out of the Hydor, not only does it send a lot of that water through those 4 stages of filtration to get your water crystal clear, but it retains that force for the gallons per hour of when it comes out. It's not a weak stream, even with all that media. So I'm really, really impressed with it. I will keep you guys updated as I go on of how it's doing and everything like that. But I think for today, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I really want to thank you for the support on my channel. I've been getting more subscribers. You guys have been commenting. Some of you have been asking me questions, which is great. I wanted to throw this out there this week and see. I wanted you guys to tell me in the comments, what's your favorite freshwater fish? Because I know I have a couple, so I'd like to see what you guys say. But as for today, that's all I have, and hopefully I get to talk to you guys soon. Bye.